I know you felt forgotten, like life has always pushed you to the sidelines while others moved forward. You've quietly asked, why not me? Even in your silent prayers, there's been a longing you couldn't explain, a sense that you were made for something more. Let me tell you now, that feeling wasn't a mistake. It was me placing a seed in your spirit. You've been walking a path that felt invisible to others. People overlooked you, dismissed your dreams, and never saw the fire that I placed in your heart. But I saw it. I've been watching over you, even when it seemed like no one cared. Every tear you cried was collected. Every sigh, every sleepless night, they were all seen by me. You were never random. From the beginning, I chose you. Before your name was ever spoken on earth, it was whispered in heaven. I set you apart, not because you were perfect, but because you were willing to keep going, willing to believe in something bigger than what your eyes could see. Type 111 if you believe divine order is unfolding now. There's a sacred purpose attached to your name. You may not see it fully yet, but it's there, glowing like a hidden light under the weight of time and pain. The world may have tried to bury it. People may have tried to erase it. But what I wrote over your life can't be deleted by human hands. Some of your struggles were allowed, not to punish you, but to prepare you. I needed to stretch your spirit, strengthen your heart, and sharpen your vision. The pain wasn't proof that I had left you. It was proof that I was getting you ready for something far greater than you imagined. You see, the reason life felt so heavy wasn't because you were weak. It's because you carry something sacred. You are an heir to something heavenly. The weight wasn't a curse. It was a crown in disguise. Even the silence you experienced was holy. It taught you to hear me more clearly. If this speaks to your spirit, like the message and let heaven. I placed you in this moment on purpose. This season is not just another chapter. It's a divine unveiling. The covering is coming off. What was hidden will be revealed. What was lost is coming back. The light that has been kept under the surface is about to shine where everyone can see it. The enemy tried to convince you that you were forgotten. He wanted you to believe that you were just ordinary. But I never created you to blend in. I made you to carry a promise that stretches generations. The very breath in your lungs right now is proof that your assignment is not finished. There's royalty in your blood, even if your past doesn't look like it. I placed treasures inside your spirit, strength, wisdom, compassion, courage. And now is the time for those treasures to rise. No longer will they stay buried under the weight of self-doubt or fear. Subscribe now. You're not just joining a channel, you're stepping into alignment. You didn't miss your calling. You're not late. You're right on time. The delays were part of the plan. I was using the waiting to work on you, to make sure that when your name is called, you'll be ready, not just to receive the blessing, but to carry it with honor and purpose. Many people chase greatness, but few are chosen to carry destiny. You, my beloved, are one of the few, not because you asked for it, but because I placed it on you. before you even knew what it meant. You carry a divine mark, and the world is about to see it glow. So hear me clearly now. You are not just someone wandering through life. You are my chosen vessel. I am calling you out of hiding, out of shame, out of the shadows. What is coming isn't small. What is coming is holy. And it's yours, because I said so. There's something I want you to understand today. Something most people never hear in their entire lives. You are part of a much greater legacy than you've ever been told. I'm not just speaking about spiritual blessings that you can't touch. I'm talking about real things too. Opportunities, wealth, favor, property, peace, and restoration that belong to you by right. But they were hidden, not taken. Support the light. Donate through Super Chat if you feel led. Long before you ever felt poor, left out, or disqualified, a heavenly record was created with your name. You are not a beggar in my kingdom. You are connected to a divine family line that holds great riches, not just for comfort, but for purpose. There are treasures that were meant for you, but the world covered them with fear, lies, and delay. But I never forgot. These blessings aren't just ideas or nice words. They are written as spiritual legal documents, real promises. I saw when you were wronged. I saw when what belonged to you was delayed, but the delay does not mean denial. What has been held up is now being released. I've kept it safe for the right moment, and that moment is near. In heaven there are records with your spiritual name, not just the name others call you, but the one I gave you when you were first formed. That name carries weight. That name carries promise. And under that name are contracts of favor, blueprints for business, provision for your future family, and protection from what was meant to destroy you. Join the channel to access deeper teachings sealed for the heirs. You may not come from a family that had much in the natural, but in the spirit, you are connected to a lineage of kings, prophets, and builders. Some of them you've never heard of, but they prayed for you, they dreamed for you, and they left you more than words. They left you access. Many of the riches that belonged to you were never supposed to be stored away, but systems of darkness, spiritual forces, and generational wounds tried to keep them hidden. I didn't allow that to happen because you were unworthy. I allowed it to happen so you'd be ready to hold it when it finally reached your hands. You don't need to manipulate, strive, or compare yourself to anyone. What is yours is not up for debate. The world may run after what I already assigned to you. That's why some doors were closed when you tried to force them open. I didn't want you to settle for a counterfeit inheritance when I've prepared something authentic, overflowing, and tailor-made for your journey. Like this, to lift the veil from another soul. There is no competition in my kingdom, only calling. Your inheritance won't look like everyone else's, but it will be exactly what you need to live in freedom, serve with joy, and bless others with overflow. This isn't about greed, it's about justice. It's about restoration. What was stolen from your family line, I'm giving it back through you. There are financial breakthroughs with your name, contracts that others lost, but that I preserved for your hands. investments that will multiply, resources that will appear in ways that don't make sense to human logic. Because I am not limited by the rules of this world. I am the one who overrides the rules when it's time for my children to rise. This is not just about material things. It's about alignment. When your heart, your mind, and your identity line up with who I say you are, nothing can block what's been promised. That's why I had to work on your heart first. Because if I gave you everything too soon, it would have crushed you. But now, you're ready to receive it with wisdom. Support this revelation through Super Chat if it confirmed what you knew but couldn't explain. What's being unlocked isn't just for your comfort, it's for your calling. You'll build with it, heal with it, create with it. You'll use it to lift others the same way I lifted you. Your hands won't just receive, they will release. And in that release, even more will come. So today, I need you to believe this truth. You were born to inherit more than pain, more than survival. You were born to carry the fulfillment of promises made long before you ever cried your first tear. The spiritual inheritance is real. It has waited long enough. Now, it's coming into your hands, because it always belonged to you. You haven't been walking alone, not even for a moment. All this time, even when you felt forgotten or overwhelmed, I had angels positioned around you. They weren't there just to watch. They were waiting, carrying instructions, moving quietly behind the scenes, making the impossible possible. Some of the help you received came from places that didn't even make sense. Unexpected kindness, mysterious timing, protection you didn't understand. Those weren't coincidences. That was my heavenly team, moving in obedience to what I commanded. They don't delay. They don't forget. They go where I send them, and I sent them to you. Type 111 to align with the spiritual documents bearing your name. You were never meant to carry this battle by yourself. I assigned angelic warriors to stand where your strength wore out. I gave them keys, maps, and blueprints because your life has a destination. The road may have felt blocked, but the angels were already working on the detour before you knew there was a problem. Now, something new is beginning. The delay is lifting, and angelic activity is increasing around you. You may not see them, but you'll feel it. A shift in your atmosphere, a strange peace in the middle of worry. Open doors that weren't even on your radar. These are not random. They are signs. There are angels carrying answers, literal solutions to what you've been praying about in secret. Finances that suddenly appear. Type Amen in comment.